cheery, and I'm really glad that Caden ended up logging off and going to bed because stuff's about to get heavy.
Ooh, all right.
I rolled on random encounters. It's only going to take you a day and a half to get back mounted. You guys are fine, so nothing happens. Your trip back to Tosin is much easier than your trip up, but when you're about a half day away, so after that first day of travel, you guys wake up, you mount your horses, and you start making off on the way to Tosin again. You guys see in the distance 3 riders on horses riding at you guys from the direction of Tosin. And anybody who wants to make a perception check
Sure.
may.
We'll
Thrandil,
do
you'll
that.
get advantage. Thrandil.
Okay.
Who took the flail?
That'll be a 22.
22. Yeah, you notice that the guy leading the pack is Joffrey
Oh.
from the militia.
All right, I'm gonna approach right away if I can.
Yeah, so they meet you halfway, and go ahead and roll an insight check as you see the somber look
Okay.
on Joffrey's face.
19.
Yeah, something's wrong. And he's Thrandil. Glad we found you.
What is it?
Thrandil, it's your dad.
What's going on with that? What's going on?
We tried last night. There was a fire. You gotta believe me, man. We tried.
What do you mean? We tried. What's happened?
Your dad is dead,
Out with it.
Thrandil.
What?
Your dad is dead.
Thrandil's eyes are kind of gonna dart back and forth, and you can almost see a tear. And then, before anyone really gets a chance to react, he's just gonna break into a dead sprint on his horse and just take off down the road.
Jesus! And the 3 militiamen that rode up to you guys turn, and they're keeping pace.
I think we all try to keep pace with Thrandil, I would imagine.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely.
So you guys make it. You're back to Tosin, and you ride into town. The Archer's Edge is on the outside of town. And Randall, you see it. There's a crowd of people outside of your father's home and business. The building is mostly burned up. You see 2 tarps covering up bodies. One is very large, and you can assume that Nadine has also been killed.
Yeah, he's just going to he's gonna rush up to the tarp with his father, I suppose, and I guess he's going to pull back the tarp and just like see if it's his father.
Yeah. You pull back the tarp, covering up your father, and he's burned. But there's unmistakable stab wounds.
Is he pretty rough looking?
Yeah, it's bad. It looks like he was killed and then left in the house when it was set on fire. And Elena's there. And she comes up and she says, Thrandil, I'm sorry. By the time we got here, he was already gone.
Did this?
We found this stuck to the tree outside of your shop, and she hands you a note.
I'll take it and open it up.
Yeah, and it just says, told you you'd see me again. EB.
She's gonna kind of get up and just kind of just stumble over and just kind of make his way to the front of the shop and just wash some emotions over him. He's just gonna like start throwing things whenever he can, just like pushing over bookshelves and just kind of like then he's gonna like fall to his knees and just start screaming. Ah!
This should give you distance.
Can I move
Ildain's
towards
gonna
Brandon?
go in.
Yeah, you guys can. Yeah, if we're gonna allow this roleplay to fall out,
What was the initials on the note?
EB.
Does he drop the note? Thrandil dropped the note?
He didn't. He's kind of just got
Okay.
it balled up in his fist.
Problem then. Got it.
Ildain's just gonna kind of walk in and since he's like kind of on his knees, just place a hand on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And at that point, I think because I'm resonating with what he's feeling, my echo kind of appears and disappears, like kind of like a, I don't know, flickering.
Yeah.
But I'm just like putting my hand on your shoulder.
He's not gonna like meet your gaze. He's gonna keep looking down, and he's just going to hand the balled up note to you, just with one hand, as he's continuously looking down at the floor.
Yeah.
I can
And
take
there's
it
not
and
much
then
of the house left.
that-
It's in cinders, and some of it's still smoking and smoldering.
I think I'll take the note and pass it to Vraak. That way I'm still like in your bubble if you need anything, but I'm gonna pass the note to Vraak.
I'm gonna read the note, and then move in towards Thrandil, and I'm gonna put a hand on his other shoulder, and I'm going to lean in to whisper to him so that nobody else can hear. That if you can wait 24 hours, I might know a way to figure out what happened to your father.
What do you mean? What? Like a spell?
It would be a spell, so if you're not willing to go along with my plan, I 100% understand. But I can speak with the dead if we can wait until tomorrow. If we can keep your father's body safe until tomorrow, we might be able to figure out what happened. I'm willing to stand vigil over your father's body.
Yeah. I say we have a week at the tavern, and I think they'll give everybody time to say goodbye, and then I suppose we could talk to him before we put him to rest.
I want you to know that speaking with your father won't be like speaking with your father. We're talking to a soul. We're not talking to a person.
I need to find out who did this.
I can do that.
Thank you. And then he's just going to, I guess he's going to like pull himself back up and try to haphazardly dust some of the ashes off of his clothes. And
Thrandil, I need you to make. How do I want to do this? You're distraught. Make a wisdom check.
like a saving throw, or just a straight
Just
wisdom roll?
Straight wisdom roll.
7.
You don't think about it at the moment.
Yeah. He's going to step out and ask. He's going to ask Elena if she can get these people out of here and let Logan know that we'd like to do like some sort of wake at the tavern. And then he's going to pick up Nadine and walk her around back of the shop and just with thoughts in his mind to bury her. And yeah, just kind of wanders off.
Yeah, Elena nods somberly at you. She looks around and she's like, "All right, let's clear out. We'll help with the cleanup tomorrow. Let's give Thrandil some space." But before you walk away, she looks at you and she goes, I need to know what happened out of the swamp. But just take your time."
Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah. And she sends Joffrey off to Logan to warn him. Logan already knows. But yeah, he begins getting the tavern ready to hold a service.
Mordella's gonna go begin gathering like flowers to decorate and different like herbs and stuff to like burn and stuff like that. Some incense out of her priest pack and stuff.
Timber, what are you doing in all this?
Yeah, I feel bad, but the this probably wouldn't affect Timber overly much. He likes Thrandil, but doesn't really know him. So Timber's probably gonna kind of go find a private spot and take out the sending stone and try to send a message back. It's not a lot that Timber's gonna be able to comfort him with.
Right? What's the message you sent?
The message is simple. It is mirror recovered. Request intentions.
A few moments pass. And stone vibrates. Wonderful. Knew I could trust you with this. Don't dilly too long. Return with haste.
Okay.
All right, you guys gonna make your way to the tavern?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna help Thrandil with, I think he said Nadine.
Yeah, the big old Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to dig a grave.
He's
and
he's probably doing most of the work, but I'm trying to help.
Yeah, he's just back there, just like digging a grave by a tree. And he's just kind of like cursing out loud to himself, just like, he doesn't understand. He's gonna kill all of them. Kind of monster would do this? Why is he here? None of this makes any sense. That kind of thing.
Yeah. After some time, you dig the hole. You're able to bury Nadine. sweat covers your brow. Your clothes are kind of sticking to you. And you kind of have this moment of clarity, and you want to check and see if your father's chest is still intact under his bed.
Yeah. He'll head inside and dig through the rubble, see what he comes up with.
Yeah. Amazingly, the chest, thanks to the magical enchantments, is fine. And you open it up. And inside is your father's bow, which is a +2 longbow. And his quiver, which is the can't think of the name of it right now. I had it written down, but I don't have that note in front of me. It's basically the never-ending quiver, so you never run out of arrows.
Okay.
So you get a +2 longbow now and that quiver.
Got you. Awesome. After that, he's going to kind of go into the room that he stayed in, and he's going to take one of his short swords and he's going to pry up one of the floorboards where his bed used to be, and he's going to pull out like a chest of his own, and he's going to crack it open, and he's going to pull out his old military uniform, and yeah, he's just going to kind of suit up into like a long green army jacket, and there's some different like patches and stuff sewn onto it from just like different aspects of his career.
Yeah,
And,
definitely awards, commendations, things that you received, all sewn onto
Yeah.
the leather.
Yep. And he's going to take Nadine's collar, and he's going to chain it to one of the straps on the vest there, and kind of tie it down where it's not jingling around or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's going to. I don't know if they took his father's body yet, but if they haven't,
They haven't. They Vraak said that she was gonna stand vigil and nobody was gonna fuck with that half-orc, so
gotcha. Yeah. I guess he's going to. I don't know. I guess we would need a casket for him. Or maybe we'll just take him inside and lay him on a table and keep him covered. And I guess the service will just kind of be a memory thing instead of like a body. Yeah. And with that somber sadness, he's gonna make
Do
his
you
way
want
over
to,
to the tavern.
instead of buying a casket or getting a casket, I can make you one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I haven't used my forge ability today, so I can make you a pretty ornate. We just got a shit ton of gold and platinum. How do
Yeah.
you feel about a platinum casket?
That'd be intense and very expensive.
Jesus.
It would have to be less than 100 gold pieces worth, but I could make a metal casket using 100 gold pieces worth of platinum. We could make a pretty solid, pretty ornate, in whatever style you wanted casket for him. It would take me an hour, but
That'd be awesome. I guess while you do that, I could prepare another grave next to Nadine and bury him by the large oak tree out back of the shop.
well, in that case, do you want me to make 2 caskets or just one for your father?
Nadine's
Just-
already buried.
Yeah, just one for the father.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and let's subtract that from I don't remember, is a platinum piece 2 gold pieces or 10?
I think it's 100, right?
Yeah, it's 100 gold for 1 platinum.
Oh, okay, so let's take one gold, let's take 1 platinum pieces, 1 platinum
No,
piece,
I'm sorry.
and then
I think I was
lumber.
wrong. I think it is 10.
Maybe it is 10.
So
Okay,
can I
so
ask
let's
this really
take.
quick? Are we going to include in the loot tonight Mike's character or no?
That's going to be up to you guys because, Mike is hit or miss for Wednesdays.
I would say for now, let's just say no, and if Mike needs something, we'll all have money we can help him out with. So everybody add 100 platinum to your sheets.
Okay.
Anybody who wants to donate to this cause can do so.
Don't worry about you guys donating. I don't really need the platinum or the gold or anything because I can make a lot of stuff. I'll go ahead and do this. The kindness of my heart.
So everybody else gets 416 gold. That gets that plus an extra 4 gold because there's 4 left over from that. Always give the extra gold to the cleric.
Ildain, if you don't mind holding mine.
Oh, that'll work.
I can make a lot of stuff.
So 100. So each get 100.
Everybody gets 100
Sorry,
platinum.
repeat that.
No problem.
Okay.
100 platinum. 116 gold. Vraak gets in total an extra 4 gold. And that'll be all the gold and platinum divided up. And then if you guys want to take a look at loot, there's still plenty of items available if anybody wants them. I'm just going to be honest. If nobody takes that +1 leather armor, I'm going to take it. I'm waiting for somebody else to take it, like Thrandil.
Sorry. I was
Just figure
distracted.
you might be able to use it a little bit more because you can put
No,
yourself out there.
go
Sometimes
ahead
you're a
and
little bit
go
away
ahead
from the
and take
party.
it. Go ahead and take it, Nick, because I'm going to say his military uniform is +1 studded.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's
So
do
one
that
more
then.
time. I know you just went through it, but how much gold is everybody getting?
116?
116 gold.
100 platinum.
100 platinum.
Max, do you want to pick up those scrolls? Because I know those are on the wizard list. Scroll of Ice,
Yeah, absolutely.
Storm, and Wall of Ice.
Yeah, I'll 100% take the scrolls.
Okay. Ildain, you've got the +3 chainmail. So that takes care of that row.
And the ring, I think.
You've
Yeah,
got
the
the
regular
ring.
free movement.
Yeah.
So who's going to take that there +1 flail?
I can't use it even.
I had
So.
that in mind for Mordella when I put it on him, but whoever wants to take it.
Cannot use a flail, I don't
Oh,
think.
okay.
Can only use simple weapons, yeah.
Yeah, I
Your
went
smoking
forwards
bottle is
instead of
also
war.
a awesome thing to have. It's good for anybody that needs to hide quickly. If anybody thinks they might need to do that, maybe grab that thing.
Do you mind if I grab that? Because I don't really
at
have
all.
great health rolls with the heavy armor.
Nice thing about that too is when you're using your concentration spells, it's alright, great. Now you can't see
Yeah,
the
that's what I
DM.
was thinking.
So yeah, put that on your sheet on
Okay,
your smoking
so
bottle.
go ahead and subtract however many platinum pieces that is for me to make this
10.
casket.
You'd get 90
10.
instead of 100.
Okay.
And I have a question on, since I was a soldier in the Dwarven army, would I recognize his military uniform?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously I'm not gonna talk to him now about it. But just wanted to know that for future.
I've also got those 2 +1 hand axes. If Ildain's not maxed out on attunement, might be one of them to Ildain might be a good idea.
Yeah, and we'll go ahead and say the cook removed the curses on him.
Okay. I can definitely take one.
I wish I would have written down my father's name in my notes. It's been so long. Oh, I did. All written down.
This could also be a great weapon. I think that these might be monk weapons, maybe not, but this could be great for if Mike's character ever comes back. But
Nick, did you go in and delete the scrolls out of the thing?
yes, one was a scroll of Ice Storm,
By storm.
and the other one
there
was
an
a
ice
scroll
wall?
of Wall of Ice. Yep,
Wall of ice. Okay.
Ice Storm and Wall of Ice. I'm assuming at the lowest level possible to cast,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is probably 3rd and 4th level, something like that.
And Thrandil, if you're willing to wait until morning, and I will sit vigil with you, I can do a couple of things. I can make the casket now. In the morning, I can provide funeral rites, and we can cast Speak with Dead.
Yeah. I think we should do all those things. But he's gonna suggest you won't have to watch vigil over him. We can lay him to rest in the casket, and then we could probably spend the rest of the evening at the tavern.
Okay. I wanted to let you know that I most of what I can do, I gotta wait until my spell slots reset. Well, I can cast the funeral rites. No, I can't do anything until I repick my spells. But I can do all of that first light. I can do everything.
Sure. He's grateful to have a cleric. Have met a cleric because this means a lot to him.
Yeah, so you guys do all that, and you guys make your way over to Logan's Last Chance. There's other taverns in town, but this is the one you're going to because Logan and Thrandil are best friends. And Thrandil, as soon as you walk in, Logan was behind the bar with a rag. He just throws it down and he walks up to you and puts his arms around you, gives you a couple sturdy pats on the back, and I don't know what to say, my friend. Sorry.
Yes, nothing to say. What's done is done. All we can do now is drink to his memory and send the bastards who did this straight to hell where they belong.
Who? Do you know? Who would do this? Your
remember-
dad was such a great man.
You remember when all the commotion came to town, the very first night, with the rabbits? That man I told you about, the Blackthorn.
Yeah,
It's
the
his
prick.
doing. Yeah. It was his doing. He murdered my father and Nadine.
Thrandil, I don't. What is the world coming to? Let's get drinks. And your money's no good here tonight. Everybody, whatever you want, the bar is open.
Yeah, thanks.
And he goes behind the bar and he starts serving out. And
Thrandil's, he's pretty shook still, so he's not like his normal cheery self.
Yeah, and you guys are there, and I'm gonna allow this to be your guys' night. You guys can have your interaction. How you guys want to do this? There's members of the militia, people around town. Gruff comes by to pay his respects to you, Thrandil, and just about everybody wants to shake your hand and give you their condolences.
Yeah, he'll reciprocate it all. Eventually in the night, though, he wants to gather the party over to a table, drinks all around, and have everyone sit down and have a chat. So, where do we go from here?
Do you want to track down your father's killer, or do you want to move farther north?
It seems the world doesn't mean as much to me anymore as it once did. I don't much care if the orcs burn this whole place to the ground. The only thing that matters now to me is making sure that Blackthorn gets the death he deserves. So if you guys want to move on and to fight orcs, save the world, or whatever else you want to do, I I understand. But I know what I have to do, and there is nothing going to stop me from doing it. So there it is.
I'll offer what help I can in any capacity.
I appreciate that. How did you guys know Blackthorn before all this? Want some of you together?
Mordella
Came
was
to our camp. Weeks ago. And he sought my mother's counsel, sending you. His long lost friend, Thrandil. And then she convinced him to take me with, so I could try to find that mirror. As soon as we left, not 2 days, he slapped that collar on me, and things changed quickly. He and his men ridiculed me, sometimes didn't feed me, abusive, and made me participate in robberies, other things I'd rather not talk about. I finally got to Tosin, and Winter. I owe a lot to Winter for getting me away from Blackthorn, but I fear that Thrandil, that also is what spurred Blackthorn to this to your father. So I can't say I don't feel partially responsible. In that regard, I too offer to help you track down Blackthorn.
I don't blame you for anything that's happened. Clearly, you had as much reason as me to want the revenge on him. Did he speak at all in your travels what his plans were, where he was heading next?
Um,
Frankie, or no?
all he talked about on the travels was finding Thrandil. It's like
Yeah.
it was an obsession to find
Yeah,
him.
so that's it. Yeah, he pretty much was obsessed with finding you. Maybe, I mean, he's a madman. Who knows? Be up to anything. He could be lurking anywhere.
No.
But this other matter should also be addressed, even if it's just the sharing of information. You all agree?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
definitely on board. I need to get some sort of message to Fire Pass so they can like at least be aware of it or shut that shit down. So I would even offer going to talk to Elena, so Thrandil can kind of do his own thing.
Good idea.
And then to add that I had no idea who this character was until we showed up and we were all fighting him, and
Too good to pass up, right?
that's my knowledge. Yeah, that was my knowledge, and I was like, okay.
Um,
So if that's okay, I can like take my leave of the table. I'm actually going to I know the drinks are free, but I'm gonna hand him my tankard of plenty and just say, if you don't want to get up for a beer, just say Illifarn and it will fill up with whatever you want. And then I'm gonna go find Elena and relay that information to her.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
okay. Before we move on to that, Mordella, make an insight check against a timber deception check. That when she mentions mirror, whether or not you give away some kind of sign.
Shit. All right. Hang on.
9.
Deception. Well,
9's not going to be
let's
hard to
see.
beat.
I get a. Well, it is for me. I get a -1 to all charisma checks. So let's see here. That is a 13 on the dice for a 12.
Okay, yeah. So she mentions the mirror, and you manage to not betray that you have the mirror in your possession. However, I don't know if you want to mention. I don't want to take that for you. You knew that Mordella and Winter's not here to bother you about the mirror, but I know she would. That's why I'm trying.
Yeah. So I've gone back and forth in this a few times, right? Like Timber has no idea what's special about the mirror.
Right.
right? He just knows that this was a mirror that the Lady Ayana wanted. Doesn't even know if it's the same mirror that Mordella and Winter were talking about, right? So he's not like being super secretive about it, but he is on a mission to get this to somebody. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Okay, so is it Elena you're gonna go find or Elnora, the mayor? And Elnora sent you on the quest.
I think we meant Elnora. When she said Elena, I thought that was the correct name, but yeah, the mayor, because they're the one that's going to be able to mobilize the militia, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, so while you guys are at the pub, Ildain's gonna make her way to the mayoral estate. Anybody going with her or is she going alone?
I'll go with her.
yeah, I'll
I
go
think
as
this
well.
is the one time I think I'm staying behind. I think I'm gonna allow Ildain to go ahead and I'm gonna stay behind with Thrandil.
Yeah, Thrandil's gonna stay behind.
Yeah, so you guys make
Say
your
Winter
way.
stays behind too.
Yeah. So you guys make your way to the mayoral estate. You knock on the door and you're greeted by the by the staff who usher you in and take you to the Lady Elnora's office. And she stands up behind her desk immediately as you guys walk in. And I hope you have better news than what I'm dealing with here.
I'm afraid our news is probably worse, Mayor.
Yeah.
May want to sit back down.
She takes a deep breath. She does sit back down, and then she reaches down and she pulls up a bottle and grabs a glass and just pours herself a drink. Worse than murder of
Can we
the
say we brought
greatest.
the map with us too? Because that would
Yeah.
be important to have the map and the scroll.
Worse than the greatest bower to ever live being murdered within my city walls.
Yeah.
Don't you have a look for yourself?
bigger.
Yeah, so you guys hand over the notes and
Yeah, and if it needs to be translated, I guess, shoot, maybe we would have had
she
Vraak
doesn't.
do
I
that beforehand or
understand.
something. Okay,
Yeah,
there you
well,
go.
I think Vraak would have told me what it said, and then I think I can read like some orc,
So
not great, but
you
I can give her the gist of things.
you hand her over the scroll and she stands up and she's taking a drink and she starts to read it. And she drops the glass from her hand and it just hits the ground. Tunk, tunk, tunk. As the liquid
Mordella
spills
reaches out too late to try to. Oh, she doesn't have Mage Hand. Never mind. Never mind.
This can't be. Orcs? Did you see orcs in the swamp?
Only one, but it was
Saw-
fearsome and mighty.
Well, no, then we
Took us to the
saw
brink.
there were orcs at the
You guys
first
saw
place we
4
went.
total.
Yeah. Like the battle master.
Yeah, that's right.
or
The
whatever it
encounter
was
from
at
last
the-
week
yeah.
as well. You're correct. You're correct.
Yeah.
And then the random encounter from the watch.
Yeah.
So it's just no. It's, we've got to alert the capital. We've got
I step forward. And the capital is Brighton.
Yep.
Okay.
And the council where Lady Avonis is.
Yep. Yep. My lady, I may be able to assist with that. I work for the esteemed. I get her name right.
Lady Avonis.
Lady Avonis Yantiva Lentil the Seventh. I work for her, and I would like to proceed back to the capital to inform her, and perhaps help her mobilize the forces.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You work for the lady. She's on the council. They'll be able to mobilize the army, but you have to. I'm going to send a regiment from the militia to the swamps. They won't be happy about it, but I thank you for bringing this. It's strange times we live in, they say. She looks visibly shaken. She just had one of her best friends murdered. Now she has learned that they are on the brink of an orc invasion. Will you all go then and alert the capital, or?
If it is the
I
only
have
way, then it shall be done.
I have people in Fires Pass that need to know to shut down the
Yes.
original gate. So
Yes.
any way I can communicate to them would be helpful for everyone.
Yes, we will. We will send messages along, but the entire kingdom's gonna need to know. Prudon, Knock, this is. There are dark times ahead. I need to begin writing. If you guys will excuse me, I thank you again. Payment. I must pay you. And she begins digging in her desk.
My lady, that will not be necessary. We cannot accept your money. Use it for the defenses of the town.
Oranthea, bless you, little man. And she turns away from the desk and begins gathering up papers, and you guys take that as your sign to leave.
I'll head back to the tavern.
Yeah, back at the tavern. What are Vraak and Thrandil doing? How pissed is Thrandil getting?
I think he's still just kind of sad, you know. He's just sitting there drinking. By this time, he's probably talked Logan into giving him some pipe tobacco.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. You definitely got your pipe weed down.
oh yeah, he's probably just thinking. Probably shared some pipe tobacco with Rack.
Yeah, I'm definitely smoking with you.
Yeah, just hanging out, having drinks, just trying to get thoughts together.
Yeah. And with that, we are going to end tonight's session. You guys have multiple paths you can go. Let you guys take the week to do that. As far as Blackthorn goes, unfortunately, you currently have no leads. Which direction or where he went. You can go to the capital. You can go to Anvil's Hearth. Alert the.
Well, the first thing we're probably going to do is speak with Dead and
Yep.
see if that comes
Yep.
up with anything.
That'll be in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Let me write that down. Speak with Dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast in the morning before I do speak with Dead. I'm gonna cast ceremony as a ritual. I'm gonna do funeral rites for the body first.
Mm-hmm.
That's just mostly for flavor, but rules is written it would stop them from being risen as an undead for 7 days.
Yep.
So that's nice, but it's mostly I'm casting it as a ritual, so I don't have to use the spell slot just for the funeral rites, I guess.
Yeah, and out of respect for Thrandil and his father, you kind of fumble your way through the Callisto rites. Not Ysmir. But it's gonna be a touching little ceremony there. We will handle the Speak with Dead next week.
Okay.
And
Yeah, shit's sad, man.
yeah, that's why I was like, okay, Caden's going to bed.
It's good. That gives us time
I
to
can
come
drop-
up with what we want to
Yep.
ask.
Exactly. What you want to
Yeah, because
ask?
we only get 5 questions.
Might also help the DM hint if we decide on those, if we put it in the chat for them to figure out what they're going to
Absolutely.
answer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would appreciate that. That's kind of why I wanted to say we're going to do that next week. And then I wanted to put the party at a crossroads and see how you guys handle it here. So as far as Timber's concerned, his mission's done. He's ready to go home. But he has kind of made some friends here. Thrandil,
Yeah.
he could care less about the orcs right now, but
Yeah, it seems like his mission's just starting.
then again, there's no leads on Blackthorn yet. And with
So
that,
kind of question
yeah,
on
go ahead.
the map, on
Yeah.
that Minhal map that you had up,
Yeah.
where's the capital?
So Brighton is in the very southeast.
That Minhal?
So you
Or-
see that red building in the very southeast in front of that mountain?
Of the mountain. Okay, so Brighton.
So Brighton is down there. Yep.
Okay.
That is the capital. It is quite a journey.
Okay. So it is the exact opposite way that
Yeah.
Ildain would want to go. Awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
Dilemmas.
Well, shit.
Well, how much of a dilemma is it if I cast Sending and can send a message?
What's the spell read as?
Let me see. Hold on. Because I think I can cast it on any plane of existence.
Yeah, as long as they're on the same plane, right? That's the one that's as long as they're on the same plane.
Yeah, if they're on a different plane, there's a 5% chance of it failing.
Right. So yeah, you could send the message to your mother, but there's not much you're limited in the amount of information you're gonna be able to convey through a sending.
25 words.
Yep.
So this week we'll work on a 25-word message.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also have the sending stone that I can talk directly with the Lady of Honest with.
Yep, once a day.
Yeah, it's only once a day. I already done it today, but just something to think about. Yeah, I'll talk more about that later.
Okay, and before we move into stars and wishes, everybody okay? Wasn't too down. I didn't have any bleed.
Great. Everything was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
All right, we'll start with stars and wishes. Nick, you're first.
Stars, Frankie had a really good time with the fight. It was really awesome. I love the morale tracker thing. I think we basically relied on sheer intimidation and kills for our morale, but it's okay. I liked how it worked out, and I liked that it was a two-phase fight. That was pretty cool. Yeah, the role play at the end, I didn't expect that Thrandil's dad would get killed like that, so that was kind of interesting to see that. And yeah, the choice of the paths ahead, it's very tempting to go a lot of different ways. We'll see what happens. Obviously being a team game and stuff, we're gonna try to put things together and stuff. But yeah, we'll just see what goes on. Wishes? I don't have any wishes for right now, man. I thought you were really generous with the the treasure
That
this session
loot
as well as
generator.
the level up, man, was like, whoo, but at the same
That's
time,
what that loot generator thinks level 4 loot is, I guess.
it's wild. But at the same time, too, it only means that there's tougher challenges ahead. I mean, it's not like you don't know the stuff that we have. So,
Exactly.
yeah, looking forward to everything. Everybody was doing an awesome time today. It was a fun fight. We all worked together really well, and looking forward to what we get to do at the next level, level 5. That's it for me.
All right, Max.
Yeah, for stars, yep, props. I was reluctant to go the virtual tabletop route. Turns out it's really, really enjoyable. It actually gave a very tactical edge to combat that is not always easy to capture in the theater of the mind. So that was awesome.
What? Oh, sorry.
All right. Just not necessarily wishes, but a couple things. Did we divide up last week's loot as well? I know it was in
Not sure.
the thing.
I was
I
passed
just
out,
want to make sure.
unfortunately.
Yeah. One wish, we do need to figure out a better situation for Caden's mic. We never really got figured out very well today, but we'll get that. I really like the way that Alyssa, like when she was really stressed out and trying to comfort Thrandil, like her echo kind of like was phasing in and out of existence. That was cool. I was secretly hoping that every time her echo got killed, that she would like scream out, "No, my sister," or something like that. But now I see how many times her echo dies, and I'm glad she didn't go that route. Yeah, no, this was great. Next week, I will be joining you guys in the Eastern time zone. I will be in Virginia on Wednesday, but I
nice.
will I'll have enough stuff to dial in. So
Nice. Cook, you're up.
Stars to everybody again for combat, just for flexing abilities. Stars for the role play. Was not expecting Thrandil's dad to be dying at the end of session, which means I have to switch up some of my spell slots. Because normally I save them for buffing spells as a cleric, but now I get to do actual cleric shit, so that's nice. To use my spell slots on stuff like that. Wishes. I want to, like I said last week, flesh out me and Thrandil's relationship a little bit more if we can, because right now it's more of a you helped us, we help you kind of thing. But I do want to branch out into something and maybe make it a little bit more personal. Considering their considering Thrandil's favorite, one of Thrandil's favorite enemies is orcs. I want to kind of flesh that out with our relationship, being that I'm a half orc. I do like that like I said, I do like that I'm able to do clerical things in the next coming session. Other than that, no, dude, I had a great time. Having the party, having split decisions at the very end, nobody really knowing where we're going next is extremely nice. For us on a player end, or for me at least on my player's end. I don't know how that's going to work with you for your game prep, but I had a ton of fun, and that's it for me.
Awesome, Alyssa.
Stars, like the things you're throwing at us are like awful, but in a good way. Like ripping the soul out of another character in front of someone, like you bond really fucking quick. Like you're like, no, I don't know this dude, but you're not doing that. So while that's not like a real star, it's a good thing to like tie us together because now we kind of have this trauma. And then also I got a pony. So I'm really happy about that. Wishes.
I don't know how many times you've had mounts in D&D, but they typically don't last
Never.
very long. Get attached.
No, never.
I want you to
I've
get
already
attached.
named it. It's bad. It's bad.
I named mine as well.
Yeah. I think Max did too. We're all screwed. So yeah. So my wish is gonna be that our mounts last.
Yep. Eric, you're up.
Yeah. Stars to everything. We're really improving. as a group. The 3D tabletop was awesome. We had a boss fight that was awesome. And the RP was pretty tasty. It was kind of an emotional roller coaster for me because I was like winding down from a fight, and I'm like, all right, time to go to bed. And then I'm like, oh fuck, my dad's dead. I gotta play this out and be sad. And then I'm just, oh man, it's like, well, how do you respond to that?
Yeah.
And then tough. So
Yeah, it was definitely heavy. So I'll go. Stars to everybody. For the good role play. That fight was a lot of fun to run, and I would not have been able to run a fight that big without that tabletop. It just trying to keep track of 26 goblins in Theater of the Mind would just be impossible. So I'm glad that we used that. That way I was able to do something like that because that was a lot of fun. Wishes. I wish that everybody here knew that Thrandil's dad died was not only his idea, but something he made at character creation. So me killing the dad and dog was me playing along.
pretty ruthless, man. I mean, I thought me and my dad were gonna go to Starbucks after I got back, and it was gonna be fine. But
Yeah, okay.
Dude, you John Wicked the dog.
That's
Yeah.
what he
bad.
said.
like,
That's what he
Daddy
said.
going away
Shit.
forever. That's tough, man.
He said he wanted it to be John Wick, and I was like, "Okay, buddy, I'll kill the dog." He actually tried.
That's what he wants.
He actually did try to talk me out of it earlier this week, and I was like, "No, man, dog's already dead. You just don't know it yet." But yeah, that the plan was to throw that at you at that time as you guys were coming back, and yeah, I wanted to put the party at a crossroads and see what you guys do because, hey, there's every bit of reason that Timber could just tell you guys peace out and walk away, So we will see how
Yeah.
it goes.
Speaking of that, before we sign off, yeah, I think Timber's like path forward is the best defined as far as what he should do. At the same time, right? If the party decides to go another direction, I will work with Frankie to figure out a reason why I should go that direction as well. Like, I'm not going to piece out this character that I really, really enjoy playing, and I'm not going to split it off on my own. But I also don't want to force everybody to follow me. So if there is, whether it's the Fire Mountains or we decide to go back to the swamp or whatever it is, just I will work with Frankie to figure out a reason that I'm going that way too.
I think the one through line that you have is that you need to alert the capital. So you guys, that kind of.
I honestly would probably be leaning mostly towards that. I think that's the thing we quote should do. But,
And
whether we do that or not.
you are on horseback, but it's a long trip. You guys, it's gonna take quite a while. It was 3 weeks in that carriage that you traveled, Timber, to get here from the capital. And you guys are on horseback, so it's gonna be just as long. So we are gonna have a lot of sessions between now and you guys reaching the capital. So you guys are gonna have time to grow closer as a party and that kind of stuff. But you've got a long.
Plus,
trip
the other
ahead of
thing, honest
yourselves.
to goodness, I would imagine Blackthorn's probably not just gonna forget about Thrandil now and be like, "Oh, I killed his dad. That's it."
Oh yeah, he's.
So even if we don't pursue him, at some point we'll probably run across him
Yeah.
again.
He had that invisibility ring. He could be in there watching Thrandil cry, just enjoying it right now. You guys don't know.
I cast detect magic.
Yeah. Session's over.
You're crying. I wasn't crying.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun, guys.
I had a ton of fun.